take a look at our video fishing forecast this week for reports and events from around the island. We have a spotlight on Spellman's Marine and Hampton Bay's Duke of Fluke tournaments from last week, and we also have coverage on the Manhattan Cup that took place a few weeks before that.
The ultimate fishing authority in the Northeast, the Fisherman Magazine.
New Explore Series fish finders keep you locked on fish with unbeatable clarity, best-in-class imaging options, and a stunning ultra-bright HD screen. There's more to explore, only with Humminbird.
Today is July 3rd, 2025, and we're getting ready to celebrate the country's 250th birthday. The 24th annual Manhattan Cup was held on Friday, June 6th, with several dozen American heroes enjoying a day of catch and release striper fishing in the shadow of the Freedom Tower in Lower Manhattan. In honor of this Independence Day weekend, the Fisherman is proud to present an exclusive video from the Manhattan Cup featuring fin chasers Frank Crescitelli, describing how this legendary contest got its start, along with decorated Army vet Robert Nico Gill, detailing the connection between our heroes and striper fishing. We also spoke with Quantum's Paul about the camaraderie of this great event, while the Fisherman's captain, John Raguso, was honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award. Meet some of the 2025 winners and embrace freedom, honor, and striped bass with our American heroes this 4th of July weekend. And if you're looking for one way to celebrate the holiday weekend, come down to Dublin Deck by boat or by car.
After a long day in the water, if you're looking to have a good time, Dublin Deck is the place to be. As you can see, you can get here by the boat, or you can go down River Avenue in Patchogue on the left-hand side. Two different ways to get here. Come on down, great time.
So as you guys already know, Dublin Deck is a great time if you're looking to go out and have a party or something like that, but the food here is phenomenal also. We got a little medley right here. Seafood, we got chicken, we got steak, onion rings. I'm gonna eat like a king right now. You can pull your boat right up. They got slips, pull right up after a long day of fishing. Have a full meal, because I know you're gonna be hungry after fishing. Dublin Deck has it all. Whether you want to party, have a great meal, have a couple drinks, you gotta come down to Dublin Deck. Since 1958, Spellman's and Hampton Bays has been serving the local community. Whether you're looking for a new boat, service, or storage, they're the guys to go to. Here's Brian with more details.
We're located in Hampton Bays on the Shinnecock Canal at the foot of the canal bridge, the Montauk Highway Bridge, right across from CPI. And we've been here since 1958, selling Grady White boats, fishing boats, since 1969. One of their largest dealers in the country, and it's been our bread and butter for a very long time. We also sell Nautic Star boats, they're fishing boats. We currently have Twin V and Release in stock that we're looking to move. Yeah, if you're looking to trade in your boat, doesn't matter what the brand is. It can be an off-brand from Grady White. It can be anything that you've got. If you're looking to trade it in, we're willing to take it. We'll get a value for you, and we're going to give you top dollar for it. Yeah, we do everything from marine accessories, every part you can possibly think of for Yamaha motors, inflatables. We also do high and dry. We have dockage, storage, winterization, everything you can possibly think of. We do rentals. We are a Yamaha authorized dealer, and we have a huge assortment of parts, anything that you can think of that you might need for your motor. We more than likely have it, and if we don't, we can get it pretty quickly. Location is amazing because we're right on the canal at the foot of the bridge, so we have access to the Shinnecock if you go south, and we've got access to the Peconic through the locks if you go north. And you've got the Great Peconics, so you can go north, you can get into Connecticut, you can get out to Montauk, you can go south to the Atlantic Ocean, which is right there, and you got the inlet where we've got access to everything. Anything that you could potentially need for your boat, if you're out here just for the weekend, we've got it for you. Come down and see Dan or Harron in the parts department, and they'll hook you up.
And in other news, here's Tim C. Smith with the results from the previous week's Duke of Fluke tournament.
We have the results from the 27th annual Duke of Fluke tournament down here in Amityville. It was an 8.88-pound fluke caught by Charlie Margarita, 81 years old. He's this year's Duke of Fluke.
At 8.88 pounds, the first place winner, 2025 Duke of Fluke 61, Lou Margarita.
I put it in the water, not less than 20 seconds. We got the fish about 6 o'clock in the morning.
We've got a whole lineup in the digital issue that just came out on Monday for you guys. I'm going to go into a quick preview. Starting off for the surf column, it's plug bag workhorses. That's the first one, the darter. Then the inshore column is called summer southerlies. The freshwater column is harvester migrations. And then our fly fishing column for the week is nymphing techniques part 2. Now let's check in with the upcoming events from around the island. Starting off, we have the Montauk Canyon Challenge. That is from July 11th through July 19th. Then on July 17th is the Town of Iceland Public Freshwater Clinic. Then on July 19th also is the Richie Audio Fluke Tournament presented by the Staten Island Tuna Club. Also, on July 26th, Bayshore Fish and Hunt in Bayshore is doing their first annual fluke fishing tournament. And then on July 26th is the Great Gun Mauritius Anglers Take a Vet Fishing event. For all the details and more on these events, visit thefisherman.com/events.
For more than 20 years, anglers everywhere have come to know one thing, that nothing says no to fish bites.
The Fisherman's Jenie Ackerman has an update on her latest open boat episode that will premiere on Sunday.
Hey everyone, this week's Open Boat is airing this Sunday. However, this video itself is airing Thursday, July 3rd, the day before 4th of July. So happy 4th of July, Fisherman Magazine subscribers, and the Open Boat, I am going to be talking about history of America, but not just any old history, maritime history. So we're getting into how America came to be through the fishing industry, and it's a great one, and I will see you guys on Sunday at 6 p.m. So catch you guys out there.
Let's get the latest from the Dreamboat and Coastal Kayak Clash challenges.
It's July and we have the first Dreamboat update of the month. We start off with Long Island subscriber John Chilio from East Hampton weighing in his 8.82 pound fluke at Montauk Marine Basin, taken 3rd in the fluke category. Then is Paul Albarano, Long Island subscriber from Medford, New York, with a 2.11 Sea Robin weighed in at J&J Sports, putting Paul in 9th for the Sea Robin class. Putting another entry on the board is Long Island subscriber Rashawn Williams of Brooklyn, New York, with a porgy coming in at 2.41 pounds, weighed in at East Coast Fishing Bait and Tackle, which places Rashawn in 3rd in the porgy class. New Jersey subscriber Felipe Rua from Brick, New Jersey, brings in this 8.05 pound fluke weight in a Gabriel tackle, placing Felipe in 4th in the fluke category. The leaderboard looks like this. Jeffrey Harrison in 3rd with 17 points. Thomas Luciano takes 2nd place with 18 points. In 1st place is Rashawn Williams, taking the top spot with 18 points.
Are you the best angler in the Northeast? Well, now is your chance to prove it. The Fisherman's Dreamboat Contest is back. Win this Steigercraft center console powered by Yamaha along with these other great prizes. Fish hard and weigh in as many of these species to be top on the leaderboard. What's the catch? You must be a subscriber to the Fisherman Magazine. All it takes is one fish on the board to win a great prize, so however you fish, you have a shot. For all the details and official rules, visit thefisherman.com.
Holy fluke! This week we saw 5 fish hit the board in the CKC, including 2 doormat fluke. The first of those was entered by Robert Johnson of Millerton, New York, and now holds 3rd place at 25.5 inches. Then we had Warwick, Rhode Island's Dustin Stevens, who landed a mammoth 27-incher, which now leads the fluke category. We had 2 qualifying scup, a 2nd place 16.25-incher caught by Warren, Rhode Island's Mario Santos, and a category-leading 17-incher landed by Mike Triptree from Long Island, New York. Newport, Rhode Island's Todd Treones upgraded his bonito to 22 inches to maintain 2nd place and to put a little more space between he and 3rd place angler Dustin Stevens. The top 3 now looks like this. We've got Tom Hood in 1st place with 7 points, Dustin Stevens in 2nd place also with 7 points, and Justin Oser drops to 3rd place with 5 total points.
Hey kayakers, the Fisherman's Coastal Kayak Clash contest is back. Win this fully outfitted Hobie Mirage Lynx kayak from Yak Attack along with other great prizes. Catch and release as many of these species to be top on the leaderboard. To enter, you must be a subscriber to the Fisherman magazine, fish from a kayak, and document your catch. Many chances to win great prizes, so get out there on the water now and fish hard. To be part of the action, you must be a subscriber and register at thefisherman.com.
And be sure to read those rules carefully and fill out your forms completely. With that being said, let's move into our Around the Map segment brought to you by Marine Mate in Lindenhurst. Starting out on the west end of the island, Ilana A. She shows off a really nice sea bass from one of the first opening days of the season. This fish was caught south of Jones Inlet in about 85 feet of water. Moving on, Leah, she scored with this awesome 28-inch cobia in the Point Lookout area inside the bay. The fish was caught on a fluke rig with a pink gulp tipped with spearing, and the fish was released. Moving on to the south shore of the island, Chris Lynch and his son CJ put this fat 9-pound fluke on the scales at Burnett's Bait and Tackle last week. They had that in the Fire Island area. Also, over by the King Cod, first drift of the day for Brian Allen. He boated these two fluke of 5 and 6 pounds to start it off. Awesome way to start a fishing trip. Then Matt, age 5, caught his personal best fluke of 4.6 pounds in the Great South Bay this past Sunday. That was on a 3-ounce ball bucktail with a gulp on the back. He's able to reel it in all by himself, and he had his buddy Chase, 3 years old, to cheer him on. They lifted up the fish together for a photo, and a special thanks goes out to Captain Matt Bradshaw for making this great memory happen. Michael Landing from the Taylor Renee Charters, he reported in and said the fluke bite seems to be turning on. He had this quick limited fluke on the incoming tide in the Fire Island area. Joe got a hold of me, shoot me a text. He said caught this tuna at 40 to 50 miles offshore. Said he also saw several tuna blowups, but they weren't interested in anything they were throwing. Finally, they got this one to pick up on the troll. Lots of sea life out there, dolphins, leatherback turtles, plenty of hammerhead sharks. In the picture shown from left to right is Chris, Joe, and Matt. This is their second time fishing. That was for Chris ever. Safe to say he is hooked now. Bill Mastano, he checked in as well. He had a 25-inch fluke caught on a pink shine gulp and spearing combo. That was in a western South Shore Bay. James also checked in. He was fishing the race and Jessup's Neck. He had bass on the 25th at Jessup's and the 23rd in the race. He said at Jessup's they're feeding on bay anchovies, and over in the race they're crushing butterfish. So he's able to get a few really nice fish on the snap jig setup using 10-pound braid and 40-pound leader. S&S Smiling Bill, 2-ounce bucktail with red and white trailer feathers. It's about 90 feet of water in the race. Ed Larson of Charlotte, North Carolina, he came up to fish with Mike Larson. That's Captain Mike Larson. Caught this nice keeper fluke while fishing out of Montauk on his charter boat. Then Pedro, he showed me this 24-inch fluke caught out of Montauk on a Viking half-day trip. That fish took the money. It was the pool fish for the day. He got on the bucktail and white gulp combo. There was some fluke belly on there as well. We have a North Shore report for you as well. Mike checked in. He fished in the Bay Rats and Buoy tournament. He said this big fish was the longest one in the tournament, caught by his son Andrew Viola. The fish was 48.5 inches to the end of the tail with a girth of almost 28 inches. Needless to say, he was pretty excited to win it. Nice job, Andrew. The fish was caught in the Huntington area. And if you do have a notable catch, email me at mbroderick@thefisherman.com. I will try and get it into the weekly video fishing forecast or the magazine. Our meteorologist, Rich von Ohlen, his report is brought to you by Premium Bucktails. Rich.
Hey, thanks, Matt. We'll check that holiday weekend forecast. You can always check your favorite apps, weather tools, weather sites, whatever you got. This is a general heads-up, general overview on the upcoming weekend. So the fluke bite has picked up quite a bit in the back bays the last week or so. A lot of guys in the ocean catching okay, but I tell you what, you don't want to burn the fuel. Stay local up and down Reynolds Channel out to the east towards the State Channel perhaps. Some nice fluke in there. You got to work from a lot of small ones, but recommend the green 3 or 4 inch gulp minnows seem to be working pretty well. And also the fluke strips, sea robin strips, the bait seems like some of the bigger fish are keen on this. So just be aware of that. And if you get out there, work for them, pick around, you might get some nice fish. That one was about 25.5 inches, so pretty good. Water temps coming up about 70 degrees or more as we start to get more of the summery heat coming in, but it's not going to be terribly hot. I think a good weekend. Friday for the 4th looks great. It's in the lower 80s, comfortable humidity, and not bad for Saturday too. Start to get a little more of a southwest wind with more humidity clouds Sunday, but I think it's fishable all 3 days throughout the weekend. 1 to 2s, 2 to 4s in the ocean, not too bad. Again, looks good on Sunday. A little more of a chop, though, in the afternoon with the southwest breeze starting to kick up. So, again, the ocean days, better days, would be Friday and Saturday. Temps, not bad. 70s, 80s. It's not too hot for this time of year. 80s for the most part going into the day on Sunday. Here's a look at the Guru, one of my go-to apps. And you can see Friday, northwest breeze, not bad. A lot of sunshine. Bring the sunscreen, of course. Saturday, a little southeast breeze. Also looks pretty good. Don't see much in the way of wind there. Again, Sunday, maybe the day you don't want to be in the ocean too much. Southwest, about 5 to 15. A little gust in the afternoon. It's a little bit tricky after about 2 or 3 p.m. So green checks for Friday. Saturday look terrific. Sunday looks good. And again, just a reminder, check those apps as we get closer. I'm doing this early in the week, and the models can change a bit. Happened last weekend, and that's why you have them on your phone and some of your favorite apps and tools that you can check locally as we get closer to the weekend. You can always check out my forecast too, Weather Express. That's on YouTube and Facebook. And again, looks like an overall, generally speaking, a good weekend for the holiday. Friday, Saturday, your best picks. A little choppy on Sunday, but the weather overall looks pretty good. So catch them up, get out there, be safe as always. Have a great holiday weekend. Matt, back to you.
At the edge of Long Island, where the ocean meets tradition, Montauk Anglers Club can be your boat's home and your gateway to legendary fishing. Whether you're a pro or just casting your first line, this is where memories are made. Join Montauk Anglers Club, where the catch of the day is just the beginning. Or go to montaukanglersclub.com for more information.
Now let's check in with Captain Timothy O'Rourke from Montauk. Tim.
Thank you, Matt. Well, greetings everybody from Montauk. Happy 4th of July weekend. And again, the fishing is just getting better and better and better. There's some good offshore reports. The Viking 5-star was offshore. They had a nice 150-pound swordfish and a bunch of big eyes. And then there were a couple other private boats that went out there and had a nice big eye bite. The inshore fishery, still plenty of striped bass around. There's a lot of bigger ones. Guys are starting to catch them on live bait, kind of switching over from the diamond jigs. The inshore fluke bite is still very consistent, but when I talk to people, it depends on the tide, and some tides are really good and some tides are kind of slow. Sea bass is open, so everybody's picking away on some nice sea bass, and then tons of bluefish around to keep the spinning rods busy. I'm still getting some nice striped bass on the fly, and just get out there and enjoy your July 4th weekend, everybody. And we will talk to you next week. Thank you, Matt.
Next up with an offshore report from Whitewater Outfitters, we have Bryce Poyer.
Welcome, fishermen readers. This is Bryce from Whitewater Outfitters in Hampton Bays with your weekly offshore big game fishing report. The inshore grounds have absolutely come alive with small to medium-sized bluefin tuna south of Long Island. Fish anywhere from 27 to 47 inches are extremely plentiful, being caught in almost every means possible, trolling, popping, jigging. Starting to see a few larger fish mix into stuff in the 50 to 70 inch range. Not overly abundant yet, but a few fish starting to mix in. Perfect timing with the July 1 opening for that class of fish as well. Further offshore in the canyons, everywhere from the Hudson to West Atlantis, has been relatively plentiful with big eyes, a couple of yellowfins in the mix, a couple of billfish in the mix, and those same class of bluefins, but perhaps a few more larger ones also in the mix offshore. Offshore has predominantly been on the troll, where inshore you have your choice of multiple different techniques. For those that like to pursue sharks, we have seen good numbers of threshers, a few makos, and a myriad of other species like blue sharks and brown sharks, anywhere from 100 to 150 feet of water, anywhere from 10 to 20 miles off the beach. Thank you and good luck.
From Shinnecock, let's check in with Mike Dean.
Thanks, Matt. Hey, everyone. Straight bass fishing, really not the best. A couple of stragglers in the inlets, right outside the mouth of the inlet. A couple of fish at night the surf casters are getting into, but overall, really not that great. But there has been some bunker that showed up today. I had a couple of buddies that were out. They snagged a few, ended up just getting feeding the blues in the inlet while they were out earlier today, and didn't really mark any bass, see any bass. What they did see, though, 8-foot hammerhead shark, pretty cool. So those hammerheads, brown sharks, typical inshore sharks, will be on these bunker pods. The bunker were like in between peanuts and adult size. So they're out there. Maybe we'll get some bass on them. We'll have to see what happens this weekend. Hearing of a couple of tuna that have been caught, not too far offshore, a little bit more to the west. So we'll see if those guys are going to move through, and that should be exciting. It's that time of year for them. And got a really cool report today. My buddy Brian, his son Connor, first time reeling a fish in, a keeper fluke on the Hampton Lady afternoon half-day trip. So they were fishing back in the bay in Shinnecock, and you got those couple of shorts, and really cool. He's having it for dinner tonight. So pretty awesome to hear. All right, looks like we have some real nice weather this weekend. Get out there and fish. Enjoy the 4th. God bless America. Happy birthday, Uncle Sam. I'll talk to you next week.
And from Northport, we have the Cow Harbor Bait and Tackle report.
Happy 4th of July, everybody. I can't believe it. It's burning through the summer so fast. We're coming off a wet spring. It seems like summer is really tight. So you got to get out there and get your fishing in. If you're on the boat, you've got great opportunities. You've got loads of porgies to entertain the kids and the out-of-towners as well as yourself. Chum is always like that magic secret. If you can't get chum, that's okay. Use your clams and your squid and worms. They're just working dynamite. Off the beach, they're catching porgies now. That's just a great thing to see. If you're down by Nessequag River, you can still catch fluke off of the beach on the outgoing tide. The river's packed with bait, so there's a lot of fluke set up on those sandy sandbars, you know, and that's the place to get them. If you're on the boat, there's a lot of shorts mixed in too, but remember, these fluke, they keep eating, so they're getting thicker, and the keepers in that 19-inch range, 20-inch range, they're like fat fish, and they're just wonderful to catch, really strong. The sea bass right now, sea bass you're going to be looking at, like stuff like 28C and Connecticut side for the sea bass, hidden little wrecks, because it's really tricky. You could try at 11B too, but some of these sea bass, you know, on our side, you're coming up 15, 16 inches, and that's under the possession limit. So you can't keep them. So they're wonderful and beautiful, vibrant, great picture, but you've got to throw them back if they're undersized. The striped bass are really keyed into the outgoing tide. The end of the outgoing on the switch onto the incoming, these fish are blasting bay anchovies out of the water. When you get that top water bite going on, it's unbelievable. You throw all different types of poppers. You can try it. Jigging is going pretty well at times. Not all the time, but you need those fish gathered in tight. And we're not seeing those big bluefish come in yet. They disappeared. I think they're out in the channels right now. But porgies, man. Porgies are the name of the game for everybody, especially if it's a holiday week and people just like want to go on the boat, chill out, have something to eat, and relax. Go down to the beach, put your feet in the water. It's hot out there, and it's always great to just throw some bait out there and kill some time, create great memories, and put smiles on the kid's face. I hope you have a beautiful, safe, wonderful weekend. And as always, I bid you peace and tight lines.
Now let's get the latest from All Pro, Tackle, and Market in Lindenhurst.
Hey Matt, Captain V. Let's talk about what's going on. Well, we just completed the Duke of Fluke. The winner was Charlie Margarita at 8.88 pounds. The tournament went on without a hitch. It was fun and exciting for everyone, so that's pretty cool. But you're more interested in what's going on out there right now. Well, the fluke bite is starting to finally warm up with the water. So yes, there is a better fluke bite out there now, and I suspect it's only going to be getting better. Also, mackerel, great thing to do. If you can get offshore a little bit, you put out a little bit of a chum pot, a little chum slick, all the mackerel will come around the boat. Use a sabiki setup, bing, bang, boom, a ton of fun. You hit that. Stripers around Fire Island, you know what? There's some still around. You got to use clam around the bridges. Best way to go, I think, in the morning and at night. Blues all over the place. You know, again, you got to talk them. Mostly a morning bite, mostly an evening bite. Around the inlet, the bridges, maybe in the back that they're feeding. Look for the birds, you'll find the blues. So, besides that, we finally got some good weather. So it's a good time to get on your boat or get down to a pier or get to a beach. Get your line in the water. Have some fun. This is Captain Vince. Back to you, Matt.
From Jones Beach Bait and Tackle and Captree Bait, Tackle, and Fuel, Brendan Rutigliano.
Thanks, Matt. Kind of a slow week with the weather, but the real fishermen were really out and about catching some nice fish. All of the reports were really from boats this week, so let's check in with the Captree boatman. Here's Ryan with a 6.6 pound fluke from the Island Spirit charter fleet. Next, we have to talk about the sea bass bite that the boats have really been catching on clams and squid. Here's one of the King Cod's customers with a double header. Yes, folks, they are pulling them in 2 at a time. Talking about the King Cod, I do have to do a shout out and say thank you for supporting the Long Island High School Fishing League. They brought out the Babylon High School team, which had won the 2023 tournament, and finally picked out a date to go fishing. It was amazing. Jones Beach Bait and Tackle is now open daily, and to kick off our season, we had the Nassau Police Athletic League come down with some amazing new kid fishermen. Here's Eric, one of our staff, showing off a dogfish to the kids, which they were super, super excited about. We had the Long Island Beach Buggy Association and all island surfcasters come down to help these kids get on some fish. We managed a few dogfish off the pier and a few crabs to keep everything interesting, and yes, again, they were super excited. We even saw a couple of bluefish come up from other anglers down there. That was one of the best nights we've had down at the pier in a long time. Just wanted to say thank you, everybody, and back to you, Matt.
And with our fly and freshwater report, we do have Paul McCain from River Bay Outfitters.
3, 2, 1. Hello, Matt. Well, this has been another great week for me. This is actually, my wife surprised me for my birthday. She booked us into up on the Oquaga Lake at the Chestnut, this beautiful resort up here. Really great time. We just chilled out, you know. We did go canoeing, and we did fish this great little lake. It's a small lake. We paddled around, we had a great time, and we caught some really nice panfish, rock bass, and some bass. And I even caught a trout on a popper. But it's been a lot of fun. As far as the reports go, well, this is what I'm hearing. The Connecticut has been trimmed down. Their weeds have been trimmed down. Fishing is good, but you got to pick your day. Some days they're a little slower than others, but that's fishing. And as far as other places, well, the Catskills, big difference from when I was here last week. Big difference. The Delaware is fishing really well. They got plenty of sulfurs coming off. I've been watching the guys when I'm up here in deposit. So I did go to the river. Of course, I got to go check out everything. And I was watching, and the guys in the boats, they were getting into fish. So that's a good sign. Hopefully, they're not going to get blown out. As you can see, the storm clouds tonight. We'll see if they get blown out again. As far as the Farmington goes, the Farmington River and the Housatonic are both in really good shape. Housatonic's fishing really well for smallmouth, and the Farmington, of course, is for trout. As far as Long Island, we got the ponds are great. I can't wait. I love fishing for everything, and I really do like fishing out of a canoe or a kayak on those ponds. So I plan to be in there as soon as I get back from Alaska, which is tomorrow. I'm leaving for Alaska. And of course, I'll have a report up from there. As far as the saltwater goes, I'm hearing bluefish are the main focus. Fluke are coming into the flats chasing baitfish, so you can target them with a fly rod. As far as the out at Montauk, the stripers are down underneath the bluefish, but you got to get through the bluefish. So there's plenty to be had. Never stop fishing. There's always something to do. And until next week, tight lines, everybody.
From Huntington, Captain Gaige.
Thanks, Matt. What's up, everybody? Captain Gaige here reporting to you from Huntington Harbor, where I fish 7 days a week for SandCityCharter.com. Check out the website, guys. We have been on the fish. This past week, we had an epic amount of charters. Me and Corey thought we had a day off Tuesday, and the guys that came out with us on Monday wanted to repeat the same action and get back out there on Tuesday, and that's exactly what we did. And I got to tell you, the big bass are still here. So if you want to get on some big fish, you let us know. Head over to Sand City Charter, fill out the form, and we'll be happy to book you and get you out there on some fish. In the meantime, guys, the bluefish, the bass, the fluke, the black sea bass, the porgy bite, it's happening. There's no better time of the year than right now. The weather is finally nice and warm. If you want to get out there and sit on the chunk at nighttime, whether it's from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., or you want to go out from 8 to midnight, or you want to go out from 10 to 2 in the morning, give us a shout. We'll be happy to get you out there. Now is the time of the year to go do that. We'll be happy to get you on some big fish. So head on over to sandcitycharter.com, fill out the form, and reach out to us. We'll be happy to get you out there. Wishing everybody bent rods, tight lines, and I'll see you out on the water. Back to you, Matt.
From the Western Sound, we have Nuno Decosta from Tyalurs Tackle up in Rye.
Hey guys, thanks for having us. I'm filling in as Nuno's Offshore. Locally, the porgy fishing has improved with clams and worms working well, with a few weak fish being caught. The striped bass fishing remains great, with a few slow tides here and there. Live bait has been the best. Casting lures have shown great results. Blue fishing could use some improving, as numbers should be better for this time of year. Offshore fishing is wonderful. Bluefin, big eyes, and yellowfin reported. Nuno called us with a banger trip where they landed big eyes and bluefin from the same trip. Many school-sized bluefin tuna, one being caught on the South Shore. We open every day, including 4th of July from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Rob Greco of the Long Island Outdoorsman in Rockville Center checks it.
Hello, fisherman readers. This is Robert from Long Island Outdoorsman giving you this week's fishing report, starting with the fluke. My personal report is I've been struggling a little bit on the western South Shore, so I decided to make a move, and I traveled a little bit east into Suffolk County and did very well. We were on the North Shore, and me and my son Lewis, we had about 70 fluke in about 3 hours, probably around 25, 30 porgies. So the bite is really great over there if you're willing to travel. That was just on Sunday, but keeper ratio was a little off. You know, out of like 70 fluke, we had one keeper, but a lot of solid fish between like 16 to 18 inches, so it was a lot of fun, especially from the kayak. On the tuna front, it seems to be picking up. I've been seeing a lot of reports from John McMurray from One More Cast Charters. He's been promoting this brand new VT jigs, so we decided to bring them in, and quality seems really nice. This is our first delivery, so we got a full lineup of jigs as well as epoxy jigs, and these look real nice. So these will be on the wall today. Yeah, that's pretty much what we have to report right now. Savage porgy bite on the North Shore. So anybody wants to do like a family trip, they're all over the place. Guys are catching them from the beach, from the boats, party boats, everywhere is porgies. So they're even doing night trips. So yeah, back to you guys. Thank you.
From the Breezy Point area, we have Cal.
All right, here we are fishing the Atlantic, switching it up, and we're actually at the reef right now, and you know, we're going for a little bit of a mixed bag. We actually just caught a out of season keeper blackfish that we released. We got a small sea bass, and we got lucky. Guess what? Check it out. Look at that. We got a rare knucklehead purple sea bass right from the reef just now on clam on a high-low rig. Good to see a nice keeper sea bass like that. And you know, we're gonna continue fishing here, maybe catch some fluke. The birds are still blitzing by Breezy Point. Some cocktail blues, bluefish, and stripers mixed in on the smaller side, but that's what's going on. Back to you.
Well, there you have it, folks. Thanks for tuning in to the weekly video fishing forecast this week. Hope you get out there and fish this holiday weekend. We got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The weather looks great. There's gonna be a lot of boats out there. The fishing is turning on. There's fluke, striped bass, sea bass is open up now. There's porgies all over the bottom out on the North Shore in Montauk. A ton of fishing to be done, but just remember, be safe out there. There's going to be a lot of boats on the water, as I said before. Have fun. Get with your family and friends. And remember what this is all about, the 4th of July, celebrating our independence, our 250th birthday of the country. We'll see you next week.